네팔에서 저도 장대나 그리 알리페티 우리 अध्यक्ष의 알리페티 के suggestion कुछ बोलने पड़े so I will speak in English if you all don't mind. Of course, in the beginning, my namaskar, tashitele, and good wishes for this opening the monastery, Khenchhen Tshewang, which is anyway very important and necessary for everybody. So I'm happy to be here in one way because of that if our whole this Khenchhen Tshewang this monastery architecture and the rest of all the members and the sponsors and devotees that you all have worked together for to kind of have this temple for the benefit of Jasa, not only here in Nepal, but that which can be spread out, all over the world. So for such a great and virtuous and meritorious activity that you have been doing here, because of that I'm very happy and also want to thank you all. Then at the same time that all the earlier representatives have already mentioned that from tomorrow we are going to do this Bhajapuru mantra about 100 million or something that accumulating. So in general, of course, you all know this Bhajapuru mantra is the great tantric master Acharya Padmasambhava that happened in the 7th, 8th century, and that which is prophesied by our great teacher, the Shakyamuni Buddha. When Shakyamuni Buddha is almost going to pass away, then among the Buddha's Sangha, that raised a question, saying that, "Oh Buddha, you have given so much of this teaching based on the Sutrayana, according to the caution levels of the practices that everyone could still possible to attain enlightenment. As we know, the three turning wheels of Dharma, the Tripitaka, the Buddhism, the first on Four Noble Truth teaching, second on Prajna Parmita, talking about emptiness, and the Bodhicitta, about the Bodhisattva practices. Then the third wheel of Dharma is the absolute teaching based on the Buddha nature, that where it explains that every single being has this Buddha nature. So Buddha taught all the Sutrayana. Then they read that, but you didn't give the fruition level, the Vajrayana or Tantrayana. So that is why Buddha was predicted or prophesied that after Buddha, Mahaparinirvana, there will be the great Tantric Master, Acharya Padmasambhava, and he will bring the all the Tantric teachings, including the Ati Yoga, the inner Tantra, which is called, as you hear, this is Sopachembo, the great perfection, kind of teaching. And that way, how Buddha came, how did the Guru Padmasambhava born in the Kanakvacha day, and then he adopted as the King Indrapati's son, and then joined in the Nalanda University, and then received all the Sutra, Tantra, higher teachings, everything. And even though Acharya Padmasambhava, the Guru Rinpoche, is only the enlightened, but to show the path to rest of all other followers. So he pretended to receive all those teachings, everything, and according to that he engaged into practice, and having this complete realization as enlightenment, achieving the Buddhahood. So after that, then Guru Padmasambhava know that he need to travel to Tibet. And that way, how he traveled through, like Nepal and Bhutan. As today, we know that how many great holy places, very secret, sacred holy places are here in Nepal. And so that is why you all are the followers and the devotees and the just the practitioners of that Guru Padmasambhava. And according to that then Guru Padmasambhava went to Tibet as the Dharma King Chizong Delten, and then the Acharya Shankarakshita, the Kembo or the abbot of Nalanda University, they all three gathered in Tibet. That's how all the Vajrayana teachings, everything from Sanskrit, everything translated into just Tibetan. And that is how today with all those great masters, great Mahasiddhas, and great lineage holders, including like our His Holiness, Venerable Rinpoche, and so forth, many other these great masters, like maintain that whole complete Buddha Dharma, the Buddha's teaching, up to that today now. That is why that again from Tibet, again we could bring back into India and Nepal, Bhutan, and not only that now in the just Western world and Europe, everywhere that Buddhism is kind of flourishing. So, however the essence of the Buddha teaching is karuna, the compassion, bodhicitta, the bodhisattva path, that how we just care for all sentient beings, and how we we follow the in Hindi saying ahimsa, ahimsa, non-violence, means as we follow the Buddha's teaching and as we follow the teachings of Buddha Dharma, as we follow the Guru Padmasambhava's teaching, including the Tantra and the highest level like Ati Yoga, but its essence is based on the generating compassion and loving kindness and non-violence, not to harm any other sentient being, as long as that they have a life, that way it is same like ourselves. When anybody harm oneself, then how much the suffering or the dukkha, suffering, pain, how much one can feel. So in that same way, if we harm any other sentient being, then they also have the same feeling. So according to that, we have to develop the compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta, and then a harmless activity. And to develop such kind of the bodhisattva mind, to receive that blessing, according to that we are doing this, 100 million accumulations of the Vajra Guru mantra. And the Vajra Guru mantra itself is the actually condensed teachings of all the sutra and all the tantra. That what it is, just Guru Padmasambhava himself has explained in that way. It is not that I am saying, It is not I am just creating. It is what the Guru Padmasambhava himself said, that the Vajra Guru mantra is the mantra of all the 100 deities, all the Buddhas, all the deities, all the deities, that there is one, the certain Karma Nyingma's revolution of all those teachings. In that, there is one which is called 100 deities teaching revolution. So it is explained there that Guru Padmasambhava said. It is the mantra of all the 100 deities. And that way we need to have that understanding, and then we develop devotion, faith, and trust. And with single-pointed devotion, with the visualization of Guru Padmasambhava, with the object of all the refuge, and then maintaining our mind during the accumulations of mantra, during that we maintain our mind within the visualization of Guru Padmasambhava, and then one's mind concentrated into this practice, and then have to chant Om Vedaguru Dhammasiti Hum. Then that becomes very, very powerful, meaningful, and beneficial, and it has great result. So not like chanting Om Vedaguru, then talking, and then thinking something else, and then so if we do that way, that is the mantra become impure. It is said in all the tantric explanation by all the great masters, Mahasiddha, including our teachers, said that mantra become impure. For example, like milk, pure milk, and if we mix some water, then that milk is mixture, so it does not have the actual taste and actual benefit of milk. So in that same way, this mantra, when we do, if we mix up with the ordinary conversation and mentally thinking all other things, then it does not become pure. When it does not become pure, we cannot get enough just benefit. So these are, of course, you all know Of course, I'm not expressing to all our, just the temples and lodges and lamas and kind of or other practitioners, but those who are, kind of like just in more or less new and don't know how to, concentrate one's mind, how to do that mantra. Besides that, Guru Padmasambhava himself is contents of all the Buddhas that our group teachers, His Holiness Rinpoche, always used to say that the Guru Padmasambhava is the condensed nature of past Buddha, present Buddha, and future Buddha. Guru Padmasambhava is the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Context. Guru Padmasambhava is Guru, Deva, Dagini, the three deities. Guru Padmasambhava is the accomplishment of the, the ultimate result, enlightenment, as the Dhammakaya, Sambhokaya, Nirmanakaya, all those three kaya. So that is what in reality who is Guru Padmasambhava, and that's what it is been explained in these tantric texts and also through our lineage masters. So that way, when we kind of like understand clearly and with the single pointed devotion, faith and trust, and in that way, just I wish and I request you all that do that mantra with those kind of like understanding. Even though there is lots of benefits about the Guru Padmasambhava's mantra, great explanation. So whatever explained there, it is anyway contained in these kind of mantra. So without taking much time of yours, that according to share our this temple monastery, all the just committees and devotees, how you all have worked together and they prepared this great holy place. So according to that, we all just work together to do this just prayer accumulation. Besides, we have attained lots of other mantras that will just bring happiness and peace and longevity of life, prosperity, and also it will help to clear up obstacles, negative forces, and all other diseases, and also that help to purify our own obscurations. So it has so many aspects of benefit. So in that way, I hope we could do a very successful, accumulations of this Bhajan Guru mantra with all the devotees, and with that kind of few words that through this practice will bring happiness and peace, within this community, also within Nepal, and also in the world, and that we would lead a very peaceful and healthy and a successful life with these Dharma practices. Thank you.